Hey everybody, it's Troy with eBuzz Central. Today we're going to take a look at Windows 11 Beta. I just downloaded this yesterday. Figured I would do an in-depth overview. Just go over some of the changes that Microsoft has added to Windows 11. First, before we get started, please like and subscribe to my channel. It doesn't cost anything, and if you end up not liking me, you can always unsubscribe. Plus, it gets you entered for the contest for the Asus ZenBook 14 giveaway that we are doing today. We're doing the drawing of the name at 8 p.m. Central Time. Windows 11. I know. Everybody's been talking about it. Everybody's been talking about the changes. But what's really different with it? Well, when you install it, this is basically what you're looking at. This is the way it's brought up. You've got a nice bright theme. You've got this taskbar is now centered on the bottom, and it operates a little differently. It has a little less functionality. I do like the wallpaper. I will give you that. It comes out of the box with search, your desktops, widgets, Teams chat right on the task manager. You got your file explorer, you've got Edge, you've got your mail, and these are ones that I'm using separately. Now, back in the old days, you used to be able to right click on the task manager and do a lot of things. Now it just brings up taskbar settings. So first thing I want to do, let's say you don't want the search down here, or you don't want the multi-view, or you don't want the widgets. The best place to go is just right click, go to your taskbar settings, and it brings them up, and you can choose what you want on the bar. I want to get rid of chat, and I want to get rid of the widgets. So they are gone. Your bar is now how you want it. Next thing I want to do real quick is go ahead and put it in dark mode because I like dark mode better. So right click on the Windows icon and it goes to settings and personalization. I'm going to go ahead and go with the dark mode, change that up, close that out. Now, if you right click on the Windows icon, it brings up apps and features, mobility center, power options, event viewer, system, device manager, network connections, disk management, computer management, Windows Terminal Admin, Task Manager, Settings, File Explorer, Search, Run, Shutdown or Sign Out, and Desktop. Now, if you just regular click, it's going to bring up your apps. Your most popular and pinned apps is going to be on the main screen here. Your Microsoft Edge, your Mail, Calendar, Microsoft Store, Photos, Settings, File Explorer, Paint, Notepad, Alarms and Clock, Calculator. Now, if you want to look at all your apps, you just click up here where it says All Apps, and then you get the list like you used to have when it was on the left side of the screen. Now, as you can tell, when you open this up, it has a little bit of transparency and blur to it, so you can see the background coming through just a little bit. Plus, if you look up top, you don't have the sharp corners anymore. They are curved. You got a little bit of a rounded corner. And then in search, you can just type search. Let's type GIMP. It shows that I have GIMP. And then you can go down here and look. This is all. You can go to apps. It'll bring up just apps. Documents that might be associated with that file. The web. It'll give you web results right on here. And then more. Email, folders, music, people, photos, settings, videos. I think this is a step up. I think Microsoft did a good job right here. In the search part, it makes everything a lot more easy to look at, and everything is a little bit more concise on what you're doing and where you're at. And then your multi-view, of course, brings up which desktop you're on. We all know that's been in Linux for a while, so we're not going to make a big deal about that. Next, over here, you've got your hidden icons. You open that up. It shows that we got the Windows security running in the background, Bluetooth, OBS Studios running in the background, and the NVIDIA settings. Your OneDrive, mic, which is presently being used with OBS Studio. And now you can open this up. This basically covers your Wi-Fi, sound, battery level. Plus, you have access to your brightness, speaker volume, your Wi-Fi, not connected on Bluetooth, airplane mode, accessibility, focus assist, battery saver. Now you can edit this. You can unpin any of these you want, or you can add. You can add cast, keyboard layout, mobile hotspot, nearby sharing, nightlight, project. You can add any of those to there if you want to. So let's go ahead and close that. Settings, it brings up your regular settings. Then you've got your calendar, this right here. You can go in and sync it, do whatever you want with it, add your to-do list, whatever you're doing, you can do right here in the calendar app. And one thing I do like is hopefully we'll be able to show you here in a second is that the system has complete new default sound settings. The new sounds are more classy. They sound a lot more professional, which is the way it should be in 2021. Now let's take a look at your file manager. We're going to open that up. File manager now, as you can see, does no longer have a ribbon up top. It's a smaller, simple menu. Just like here, you've got your icons. You go to click view. You can go extra large, medium, small, list, details, tiles, content, compact view. You can go to extra large icons, which are ridiculous. You can go to large icons. You can go to a list view, small icons. So you can set those up the way you want to. I'll just leave them on medium. You still got your quick access, and then of course your OneDrive, your PC, which will lay out everything for you, let you know how much space you have left on your hard drive, and then your network connections. but I think they've done better with this for the simple fact that it's not as cluttered. It used to be really cluttered. It looked tacky. I think this is a much more lean look and a much more clean look. And I think that Microsoft did a good job with the File Explorer. So let's close out of that. Of course, your Windows Mail and then the other. So what we're going to do real quick is we're going to right click and we're going to go over to settings so we can see some of the changes that have taken place in the settings. Right now, you open up with System, just basically says Troy's PC. ZenBook gives you that model number, then your Microsoft, your OneDrive, and your Windows Update. You've got display. You can go over here and make adjustments to your display. You can set brightness, night light off, HDR. You can scale your display. Right now it's at 150. You can take it down to 125 if you want, but I'm going to leave it on 150. That way people can see what I'm doing here. Display resolution, display orientation, multiple displays, advanced display information, refresh rate, and then your graphics. So let's go back to System. Sound, you can go into Sound now. Choose where to play sound. It's on speakers right now. If you plugged in a headset, this is where you'd come to make your adjustments. Volume, mono audio, choose a device for speaking or recording, microphone array, pair a new input device, troubleshoot common sound problems, all sound devices, video mixture, and more sound settings. Let's go back to System. Notifications. Notifications are on. You can have them set on for OneDrive, Mail, Startup App Notification, Windows Hello, Autoplay, Microsoft Store settings, other suggestions on how I can set up my devices there. If you don't want to get those suggestions, you just unclick them. Get tips and suggestions when I use Windows. You can click that so you don't have them bothering you. So we will go back to System. Focus Assist, power and battery, storage, pull up storage. Now what you can do right here, this is your local disk. It says temporary files, 10.6 gigabytes of 39.2 gigabytes used on your temp files. Now Storage Sense, automatically free up space, delete temporary files, and manage locally available cloud content. If you turn this on, it will automatically delete that information. I recommend that if you're going to run Windows 11, that you leave that off and you do that manually. Cleanup recommendations. If you just click on that, it'll show right here that you've got downloads. If you want to get rid of that, you just click on that, clean it, and be moving on. Large and unused files, no recommended. Files sync to the cloud, none recommended. And yet unused apps, none recommended. So we will go back to storage. Advanced storage settings, backup options, storage spaces, other disks and volumes. That's where you'd go to make your changes and adjustments there. Nearby sharing, discoverability, multitasking, activation, activating your Windows license, troubleshoot, recovery, reset, projecting to this PC, remote desktop, clipboard, and about the device. Now we go to Bluetooth and devices. This is where you add a device, whether it be a wireless controller, mouse, whatever. You come in here, boom, you're good to go. Devices, mouse, keyboard, pen, audio displays, docks, and other devices. You can add those there. Printers and scanners. Your phone, instantly access your Android devices, photos, text, and more. You can go over and get more information about that. Cameras, mouse, touchpad, pen and window ink, autoplay, and USB. Network and internet. This is where you come over and make all your Wi-Fi adjustments, VPN, mobile hotspot if you want it on or off, airplane mode, proxy, dial-up, advanced network settings. You can do all that here. Personalization. I think they've made leaps and bounds on this setting. It's a lot cleaner than it used to be. It basically tells you right now what theme you were using. Right now we're using the dark with the blue. You can go dark with the red if you choose. Just click on it. It changes everything up. And if you see, you get a nice red hue to your system. Let's minimize that so you can see. And there it be. Go back to settings. Background. You can come over here and change them manually if you want to, or you can download from the internet. Contrast themes, color themes for low vision, light sensitivity. If you click on that, you can change that the way it looks. You can have an aquatic theme, a desert, dusk, night sky. You can contrast them down here. And then themes right here, related settings, you can come over and you can change the themes in here if you choose. You can download a wallpaper and then it will automatically personalize a theme for you. Colors, accent color, transparency effects, color theme. You can come over here, transparency effects are on, as you can see. In the background, you can kind of see the wallpaper kind of bleeding through a little bit in a blur. Your accent color is automatically chosen. And then you have custom colors, show accent color on start and menu, show accent color on title bars and window borders. And then lock screen, touch keyboard, start, taskbar, fonts, and device manager. Now you can come over here to apps. Apps and features, if you click on that right there, it opens up and it will list all the apps that you presently have. Calculator, camera, Cortana. And let me go ahead and cover this right now. Upon installation, Microsoft no longer integrates Cortana into the installation process. So you don't have to answer that question. Do you want Cortana to help you or do you not want Cortana to help you? So it's not baked into the operating system anymore. It is a app on its own and you can make adjustments to it here if you want and you decide on whether you want to use it. But you can go down through here and any apps that you don't want, you can just go over here, click that app, and And if you want to uninstall it, you can uninstall it from right here. Just to let you know, for those that are still old school, control panel is still in here. All you got to do is go to search, type control panel, and it will bring your old school control panel up if you want to use it. So let's close back out of that. Default apps, your default app for calendar, your default app for mail, your default app for photo manipulation. Let's say you download a different mail and you want to use it as a different default app. This is where you come in to change that. Offline maps, optional features, apps for websites. If you go into Microsoft Edge and you open a website, let's say we open GIMP. Let's open that. You can go over here, go to apps, and you can install GIMP as an app. You just click on it, install the app, install. Now, when you open it up, that would be the app that you just created. So let's close out. And then if you go over to the search, go to apps, there's your app. You click on it and it opens up the app you just created. That's just another thing you can do. I believe Firefox has got that integration with a downloadable extension, but I just wanted to show that to you real quick. Video playback, startup, accounts. You can go in here and make changes to your accounts. Time and language, date and time, languages and region, typing, speech, gaming. You can come in here and make adjustments to your Xbox game bar, or you can turn it off. Captures, basically your recording preferences. If you want to do video or you want to do stills, you come in here and set that up how you want it set up. And then game mode, you can optimize your PC by turning things on and off and optimizing it for gaming. Accessibility, you can change the text size. Visual effects, mouse pointer and touch, text cursor, magnifier, color filter, contrast themes, narrator, audio, captions, speech, keyboard, mouse, eye control. That's all under accessibility. Privacy and security, Windows security, find my device. For developers, then you got your general advertising ID. I generally shut all that off if I'm ever in Windows because I don't need it keeping that information about me and I don't want it passing that information on about me. Speech, inking and typing personalization, I turn that off as well. Diagnostics and feedback, activity history, search permissions, search windows, your location, and camera. And then, of course, the all beloved Windows update shows that I'm up to date. And that's the new settings app. For being Microsoft, they made some great changes. It's a lot more polished now. It looks a lot better. It's a lot easier to get around in. Now, I have my theme changed. I have my background changed. That's just some in-depth look at what has truly changed in Windows 11. Like I said, it's a beta, so there's some functionality that isn't quite there yet, but you can see that they have definitely overhauled the user interface. They've made some changes that I believe that Linux has had for a long time, but Windows is catching up. But I think Windows has definitely made some changes for the better. Another thing I want to look at real quick, let's open up Task Manager. Performance. Right now, it's using about 12% of the CPU, 3.4 of 8 gigabytes of RAM at rest. The NVIDIA GeForce is using about 30%, and the AMD Radeon is about 5%. I have the NVIDIA assigned to certain programs. In this case, it's assigned to OBS, which is doing the screen recording, so that's why it's running, and then AMD is carrying on the regular desktop graphical needs. So let's close that out. But that was an in-depth look at Windows 11 Beta. I think Microsoft is going in the right direction. Windows 11 Beta is impressive, and now once it truly comes out and Windows 11 hits the market, if your computer is able to run it, that's another question, because now what Windows has been saying is that you can download Windows 11, you can install it on your PC, but if your PC doesn't fit the system requirements, you will receive no updates in the future. So those are the kind of games that we don't like playing with Microsoft. If you want to download Windows 11 Beta, throw it in a virtual machine and play with it, I say go for it. I think you'll be impressed at the changes they made. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Doesn't cost anything, and if you don't like me, you can always unsubscribe. Also, if you subscribe, you'll be entered into the giveaway we're doing on August 31st, 2021, which is today. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you in my next video.